Good afternoon, chat. What is up, everybody? Oh, just realized those are not the right lights. Let's give you something a bit more America, why don't we? There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't like the way the shading looks on my face, but hey, we'll take it. Anyway, how's everybody doing? We are coming at you today with a little bit of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I wanted to play Knights of the Old Republic 1, but for some weird reason, my computer just doesn't seem to like it. It's downloaded, you know, I can play it, I can physically play it, but heaven forbid I try to start a stream with it, it just won't do anything. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And in the chat, if you can just let me know if you're hearing me okay. Just want to make sure that that the sound of the game audio isn't isn't killing, you know, my voice. But anyway, I'm glad that you're all here. I'm happy to have you. And I'm glad it is Friday. And yeah, let's just go ahead and hop straight into it. I played this on PC once. A long time ago now. And so I played this on PC a while ago. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I never learned the PC controls for it. Which is probably a problem. Let me just check something out here real quick. Alright. I'm not monitoring myself through my computer. I'm just, I've got my Twitch pulled up on my phone to the side, so I want to make sure that everything is coming through nicely on your guys' end. I use a voice modulator whenever I stream Fortnite, and I use it just in the Epic Games Launcher, so I can do silly voices, I can add sound effects and whatnot. Had to make sure that that wasn't what you guys were hearing, because it makes my voice sound a little weird. Not gonna lie. But anyway, that's enough of that. Any of y'all who are hanging out here right now did not come here to hear me talk about my voice modulator. You came here to hopefully hang out with me, maybe have a conversation, and watch some games. So I'm going with the Jedi Sentinel character. Doing that mainly because Yep. This is reminiscent of Daddy One Kenobi himself. We're gonna stick with that. Yes, we are. I'm going with the Sentinel in particular because I haven't played this game in a very long time on any on any of these platforms. It's been forever, so I want to make sure that I'm getting a more balanced playstyle. I'm getting a more balanced character. Obviously there's a lot of fighting in the game, a lot of lightsaber combat and other types of combat, but that having been said, I don't want to focus solely on combat, but I also know that because I don't know the game very well yet, that I really shouldn't be playing a Jedi Consular, so we are going to see what we can do here. We definitely want the, I want my constitution to be a little bit higher. Definitely want my wisdom to be high. And I want my charisma to be high. Let's go 2 in each of those. I definitely want to make myself harder to hit. You know what, let's go with that. That's kind of a very mid-tier build. Skill one. It's a difficulty check. See, what I like about this game in particular is it's very reminiscent of Dungeons & Dragons and Baldur's Gate because it uses a dice system. Obviously, I'm not rolling any dice. Everything's happening, you know, unlike Baldur's Gate where you physically see the dice rolling on the screen. But there we go. So definitely want to keep that persuade high. I want treat injury, security, awareness, stealth, and computer use. I want all of those. Persuade I definitely want to be my highest. I need a little bit in demolitions because I know that there's a bit here in the beginning that will require that. And then, let's see. Miss Gray, are you in the chat? If so, hello, welcome. Do I want any in repair? Yeah, I'll put a point in repair. So, much like how I was doing before, with specifically going with the Jedi Sentinel, I want a more well-rounded character here. I don't want anything that's, you know, too heavily balanced on one end versus the other. So my skill points are, you know, kind of taking that into account here. All right, let's look at some feats. Automatically coming in with some decent stuff here. Immunity to fear, that's nice. Weapon proficiency with a lightsaber right off the bat. Hey, I'll take that. Alright, and we've got light armor proficiency. So, I do remember playing KOTOR 1, how you really don't want to go with heavier armor because it does restrict your force abilities. That's the one thing I really wasn't a huge fan of in these games, specifically because... Excuse me? Huh, apparently I might be going to see another show tomorrow. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I really hated how the armor class that you go with, whether you go with medium armor, heavy armor, they kind of restrict your force abilities, and I really wasn't a huge fan of that because, I don't know, like, the whole premise of both of these, KOTOR 1 and 2, is your character is ultimately a Jedi at the end of the day. Whether they're a good one or a bad one is whatever. That's up for you to decide. But I hate that it really restricts your character to light armor. Miss Gray, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Hoping you're having a wonderful Friday and that you have an absolutely awesome weekend. But I don't want to go with two weapon fighting here, so... How many feats am I getting? I want gearhead. No, I don't need that. Toughness. Alright, I'm not too worried about my points there. Dueling, I'm not. I did like, actually, in this one in particular, how they actually give you the option with your feats to have cross-class skills. I don't remember that in KOTOR 1. And it definitely makes things a little bit more interesting there. Makes it to where you're not, you know, if you want to go with more intense stuff. Do I go with caution or do I go with empathy? Yeah, I'm going to go with caution. Let's go with that. Name. Yeah, we're definitely not going with that. We are literally just going to name my character America. But I do rather enjoy that this allows you to have cross-class skills.
Primary power offline. Hyperdrive offline.
Doing well, Miss Gray. How are you?
Multiple hull breaches detected. Proximity alert. The Ebon Hawk is adrift in space after a terrible battle. Most of its crew are dead or dying. You lie in the medical room in critical condition. You won't survive long without medical attention.
Okay, okay.
The hyperdrive is damaged. Main power must be restored in order to bring the engines online and dock
Okay.
with the nearby Paragus mining station for much-needed repairs. Your fate and that of the Ebon Hawk depend upon T3M4, a lone astromech droid.
MSR
Return to
Dan, I
this
think I see
location
you
at
there in
any
the
time
chat.
to skip the prologue.
We are definitely going to continue with the prologue.
WAS. You have new quests. This is the cockpit.
Galaxy map's not going to be very useful to me right now. I definitely, in normal circumstances, I would not be worrying about the prologue. However, do I have any? I don't have any agent spikes. Here, strike. There we go.
You will come across many containers, some of which will be locked. The computer spike you just picked up.
Well, hey, Miss Gray. I'm glad you think that the game's awesome. Specifically, the first one, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 1,
This is the main hold.
is to this day my. Okay, that's the game. To this day, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 1 is my favorite video game of all time. No contest whatsoever.
Your security skill is too low to...
Okay, we're gonna bash it. We're gonna bash it open. But yes, this is one of my favorite games. Specifically, the first one is my favorite game of all time. No contest.
Sometimes bashing...
It just reminds me of whenever I was a kid. It reminds me of the happy times when I was a kid, before, you know, responsibilities and adulthood took its toll.
This is the...
That's the engine room. And I don't know, it's a great game. And I've just got so many fond memories of it.
Talking to other characters is much like using the computer console in the cockpit. Scroll. You'll get some responses may influence how other characters react to you. So choose. Furthermore, certain skills, powers, and attributes may modify what choices you have, or how...
Alright, let's go ahead and talk to 3CFD.
3CFD is malfunctioning. You can fix him by using a part. Search the ship to find one. If you repair 3CFD, he can join your party and assist you in repairing the ship. Sensor droids emerged from this box when you opened it. These droids will make for excellent target practice. Use the weapon
Alright.
from this container to attack the droids.
Oh no, I wholeheartedly agree. The story for this game is just...
From the equip screen. To open the equip screen, click on the blaster icon in the top.
Let's go with... Let's equip the field survival pistol there.
Top right area of the screen, or press U. Change your target by pressing Q or left click on the object you want to push. To attack an enemy, left click on the word.
There we go.
Sensor droids. To
All
continue
right.
combat training, open the metal box again, and more sensor droids will appear. If you encounter a difficult lock on a container or door, you can use the lock on this metal.
Just a security tunneler here. See what we can get here. Got parts, computer spikes, components. Awesome. Oh, I definitely get that. It's hard sometimes to make time for playing games and make time for the things that you want to do whenever you're taking care of everything you've got with work, or in my case, school.
If you repair 3 CFD, you can join your party.
Repair.
Success.
In my case,
3 CFD.
I'm a full-time student, and I really rather enjoy that, but it doesn't definitely doesn't make for a very easy streaming schedule.
Later, when you have more companions, this container is locked and requires a key. This container is locked and requires a key. Search the ship to find the key to this locker.
Blast door, I'm
This
gonna.
blast door
Yep,
is
I figured as much.
magnetic and cannot be opened. This is the main hold.
Low security door. I should be able to get that with my security modifier. There we go. Another one right here. This is where I should come across my character, if I'm not mistaken. Yep,
This is
America
the
right there.
room.
Medical room. Go ahead and get myself some stim packs, med packs, whatever they call them in this game.
The med pack can stabilize your condition. Success. You are stabilized. To recover fully, you will require the medical.
Alright. I have saved my character's life. That is convenient.
This lift will take you to the outer hull of the Ebon Hawk, where you will find many parts and mines to use for accessing and repairing the hyperdrive. Use the lift controls to go up.
Alrighty, let's see here. Excuse me. There we go. Get back to that. Alright. That's the engine room.
This is the garage.
Inner garage. Yep, of course it's locked. Because why wouldn't it be? If I remember correctly, I think it's has a lot to do with the fact that
You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to this storage compartment. But this old woman appears to be dead. There is a key card on the body that looks like it opens a locker somewhere.
I found the locker key. So let's head back here.
This is the cargo hold.
Here's by droid impact armor. Heck
Use
yeah.
the key card you found.
Let's get you some impact armor.
To
Alright.
open the locker, the impact armor from this locker can be equipped on the equip screen. To open the equip screen, click on the blaster icon. in the
Oh
top
god, I
right
love the
area.
emotes, the emojis that you got going on right there. Alright, let's see what we got here.
This blast door is magnetically sealed
Yeah, I know
and
it's
cannot
magnetically
be opened.
sealed. Where'd my little droid buddy go? There you are, bud. What are you doing? What are you out here doing? Alright, if I remember correctly...
You can use this lift to
Yep, I gotta go outside. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself new on Twitch. I started streaming back in January. You know, found myself in a position where I wanted to start doing this. It's a lot of fun. As you can see, I don't have, you know, a ton of followers. I think your follow marked 65.
This is the starboard side of the Ebon Hawk.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you following me made 65 followers, which is pretty awesome. And I definitely appreciate it.
These exposed wires control the door to the starboard dormitory. Success.
There we go. You should have made 65, if I'm not mistaken, and I definitely appreciate the follow. I'm not affiliate or anything yet.
This is the port side. The bubbles ahead indicate mines that you've detected. Approach mines carefully. They will blow up and damage. Recovering mines require...
There we go.
You can use the explosive device in this missile to blow open the engine room door inside the Ebon Hawk. This will give you access. This is the starboard side of the Ebon Hawk.
More parts. And more parts.
The engine port has some needed parts for the Ebon Hawk's hyperdrive. Take the parts here back down below to get main power restored. You can use this lift to take you back in.
Go inside. But yeah, I started streaming here back in January, I think. I just, kind of decided that, I wanted to start streaming. It's a lot of fun. Like I said before, I don't really have a whole lot of followers, and I'm not affiliate yet. But I don't let that worry me too much. This is a lot of fun for me.
This blast door is magnetically sealed.
And I know for a fact I just opened up one of the dormitories. I gotta go the long way. I gotta go through the garage.
This is to access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode. This is the garage.
We got solo mode.
This is the garage. To access the area beyond this door, you will have to use solo mode. Click the solo mode button at the bottom right area of the screen. This is the main hold. This is the garage.
Okay, we got him locked in there. Now let's open the inner one. Excuse me. Log out, switch back.
This is a workbench. With a workbench, you can break down because of the damage to the Ebon Hawk. This workbench has... Use the workbench.
And we'll go ahead and use that to repair myself. Actually, we'll close that. There we go, he's feeling better.
These sparking wires connect to the trigger mechanism.
Alright, we'll leave that alone for the time being. Wow, this got messed up. Okay. Here's the blast door that leads this way, but I did get this dormitory door open.
This is the starboard dormitory. You found a droid flamethrower. This is one of the special weapons the droid can use. To equip it, open the quick screen by clicking on the blaster icon in the top right area of the screen, or press This blast door is magnetically sealed. This is the garage.
There we go. Alrighty. And here we go. Let's find...
This is the engine room. This is the engine room. This is the
There we
engine
go.
room. The starboard engine is badly damaged. Fixing it, the port engine is shut down, but the hyperdrive is suffering badly. You won't be able to make the jump to light speed until it is... However, you should be able to rig the hyperdrive to restore primary power and bring the port engine online. This will allow you to dock with the Paragus mining station for full repairs.
Alrighty. Let's rig the hyperdrive and get this ball rolling.
The hyperdrive is online. Primary power is restored. Only one step remains. Return to the galaxy map in the cockpit and travel to Paragus.
What we got going on here? Alright, there we go. Back there. Excuse me. Anybody hanging out in the chat, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with me for a little bit on your Friday afternoon. I hope that your weekend is awesome. We can turn solo mode off. I hope that your weekend is awesome and that you're off to a great start to it. If not, end of the workday is just a little bit farther away.
You can now plot a course.
There we go. If not, depending on your time zone, it's almost the weekend for you. I know here I'm in Central Time. It's 1:05 p.m. And I am excited to start my weekend off. I've got me and my wife are going to see a show tonight. I helped music direct a musical, and the director hooked us up with some tickets to come see it once it was ready.
There is someone or something else alive on the Ebon Hawk.
Oh no. Oh no, not the evil HK unit. Oh no. Wee woo. Wee woo. Alright, well, that took an unexpected turn. But anyway, regardless, again, I hope that your weekends go well. And I appreciate everybody stopping in and just hanging out for a little bit. If you haven't already, I definitely appreciate a follow here on Twitch, or if you're watching in the Twitter feed, I appreciate a like and a follow on Twitter. Drop some stuff in the chat, you know? Let's just hang out and have a good time together. And... I find it ever so slightly amusing that every single time I go to stream or I try to do anything where I'm getting in front of a camera and I'm trying to interact with you guys, every single time, without fail, my phone starts blowing up. Gotta love it. Oh Lord. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. Am I gonna be able to? Yes. Alright. Let's get myself some stuff to heal, because if I remember this correctly, I'm about to have a whole bunch of mining droids who are gonna be very angry at me.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the Coltol tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift
Okay.
tracks. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to...
Huh. And she gets cut off.
Could be a Jedi. But we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account
For those of you
the
hanging out in
recovery
the Twitter
rate. But I'm more concerned
chat, I
that Jedi
definitely
here may
appreciate
cause
you stopping
trouble.
by.
Some of the miners, especially reports, are already
like I was saying before, I hope that your weekend's going well. If you don't mind, make sure to like and share the stream with some of your friends.
To the Colto tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue.
And if not,
One of the
that's
wounded
okay
said a
too.
droid caused the
You
accident,
guys are
but
awesome
we couldn't
either
get any
way,
specifics.
and I'm just here to hopefully entertain you a little bit.
Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them and moved them down to maintenance.
And if you're in the
But we're
Twitter
still
chat
treating the plasma burn.
and you
That
want to
cuts
follow
us
me
down
on
to
Twitch,
almost half
you can
shift.
find
And with
me
the droids
at
malfunctioning, we may not make the
twitch.tv/Murica1911. That's
Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
MURICA1911. Or exactly what you see on your screens.
In the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
Oh, Lord have
No,
mercy.
if the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay. Everyone evacuate.
Oof. Okay. Patient life signs. Yeah. Not enough spikes. Okay. That's fine. Let's look at the main console functions. Medbay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Oh, I see a body. I can't remember. Did she go by
Find
Treya?
what you're looking for amongst the
Kreia?
dead. Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things. I am Kreia, and I am your
Kreia.
rescuer,
There we go.
as you are mine.
Didn't know if it
Tell
was going to
me,
be
do you
Treya
recall
or
what
Kreia
happened?
because, well, those of you who are watching who don't know the game already, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt. Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down. So it would seem. Keep your past and let us focus on the now.
Okay.
I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek.
Okay.
The ship we arrived in must
Let's
still
take
be in
a-
this place. We
Let's take
should
a chance
recover it
and
and
see if we can
leave.
figure that out.
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up. You may wish to extend your search to some clothes. I do not know. Why did they spare you? Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It could
Okay.
prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious. And so do you. Perhaps we could discuss it at length later on. Now we have other concerns, among them finding our new enemy.
Alright.
I have found that answers come in their own time, not ours. I leave you to the explorations of this place.
You've taken your first steps to the path to the light side. Heroic acts and charitable responses to others will elevate you further, bringing you more in touch with the light side of the Force and its higher mysteries. Cruel or selfish actions will reverse this, causing you to fall to the dark side. Now, here's where I take issue with that statement in particular. I am a huge Star Wars fan. Like, I am a nerd. Proper nerd. I've read the comics. There we go, Vibrasword. I have read the comics. I've seen all the movies. I've watched the TV shows. I've done the whole 9 yards. I'm sure there are people here on the internet who know more about Star Wars than I. I'm not dumb. I recognize that. That being said, I have yet to meet somebody in real life who does know more about Star Wars than I do. There we go. I've yet to meet somebody in real life who does know more about Star Wars than I do, and that's fine. That being said, their description of what leads you to the dark side, I take issue with. Sure, through the Jedi's theology, it can be stated, of course, that a second Miss Gray. Okay. I appreciate the follow, Miss Gray. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I knew where I was going with that. So, totally all right. I'm surprised you're back with a different profile, though. Got a second Y in there, and it's flagging you as a first-time chatter. Nonetheless, I appreciate you coming back. But anyway, I take issue with them saying, that about the about leading to the dark side. I mean, sure, you can say that there's quite a bit that would lead somebody to the dark side, of course. And generally speaking, I suppose technically they're selfish reasons. But a lot of people I've found in my daily life, should they exist in the Star Wars universe, a lot of people would fall to the dark side because we as humans are inherently selfish. And we've got things that we do that aren't bad things at all. We've got loved ones, we've got attachments, we've got things that we're passionate about. In particular, one of the things I like to talk about with the specifically with the Sith is their ideology as it comes with their ideology in general. The Sith Code is an excellent example of kind of where they stand. For those of you who don't know, the Sith Code is peace is a lie, there is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force will free me. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that ideology, actually. Like, you do the things that you're passionate about, and by doing those things, you become stronger in those areas. And by becoming stronger in those areas, through passion, I gain strength, the strength, I gain power. And through that power or that expertise or, whatever it is that you're doing, however, whatever adjective you want to use to describe it, you become better at those things, so you inherently achieve victory in those things. And your ideals, or in the Sith Code's case, the Force, ends up being the thing that frees you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that ideology at all. That's why I think that most people would fall into the Sith umbrella there of the dark side. And, that's great. That's fine. I think that Star Wars as a whole, until they started going kind of the Grey Jedi stuff in the Clone Wars TV show, they've kind of really just driven down this hammer and this wedge about light versus dark, good versus bad. But in reality, much like yin and yang, there's always some good in the bad, and there's always some bad in the good. You can have all the right intentions and be doing all the right things, but you could still, through your actions, no matter how right you may feel, you can end up hurting somebody, or you can end up hurting friends or innocent bystanders, whatever the case may be. It's kind of like war in that regard. I mean, you could have every reasonable justification to do that, but you may hurt bystanders. But vice versa, you could do something that could be considered bad, but in reality, you are just pursuing your beliefs, and you are doing something that you are passionate about, and that can make you look like a bad person, when in reality, you're just passionate, and you're, going after your ideals and what you believe in. So, I think Star Wars does a little bit too much, and I say that as a huge fan of this stuff. It does a little bit too much of making it too black and white. There's that gray area there in the middle.
And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just Corda and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility is going to be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives.
There we go. Okay.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console.
Okay.
I doubt Corda, whoever...
Okay. Yeah, that's enough of that. I already know what's going on here. Oh. I'm over here wondering why my character won't do anything. I'm clicking the wrong button.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
There we go. It would be just my luck if I didn't do that the game would crash and I would be immediately in a position where my game was crashing.
You hear it. It is faint, but it is there. It is the Force, you feel. It has not been so... turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you.
I just think it's so creepy the way that they did her eyes. Alright, level up. Let's end it. For sensitive on our specialist, bet. Alright. I want to put a little bit into persuade. Let's put a little bit more into my computer use. Let's go with security, and let's go with... Really? Where? Oh. Okay, I see the issue. No. Force resistance, no. Affect mind, okay. I don't need stun. Stun droid would be a smart move right now, that's for sure. Do a shock. One to 6 points of damage per each of the attacking character's levels. Sexual will by the 65 attacking character's level, plus the attacking wisdom and charisma modifiers, reduces the damage by half. Okay, that's a little convoluted, but hey, I'll take it. I think what we need to go with here, I think we need to go ahead and deal with stun droid. Just knowing where we are here. Knowing kind of where we are here and what I'm going up against, it may be in my best interest to go with something more along those lines. Alright, that's good enough for now. Oh, Lord have mercy. Alright. There we go. That's the way to do it. Alright. Let's go around here a little bit and kind of see what we're looking at. Alright. I guess we gotta do this now. There we go. You gonna... Okay. Docking door. I just have a feeling that that's not going to work. Yeah. Hey, your mom plays games. I appreciate it. Also, since you're lurking now, I just want to say I appreciate the follow. I saw that you followed, looks like about 9 hours ago. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I need to get the electricity off of that door so that I can get my pilot friend. Alright, come on. Force points, you can heal faster than that. But not fast enough. Alright. Honestly, what I hate is that when I used to play this game, I used to care so much more about which things had the highest base damage. Like, for example, the Vibra Sword that I was looking at earlier, it was Vibra Sword or Vibra Blade, I don't remember which, has a higher base damage than the Plasma Torch I'm using. And, you know, that's fine. But the Plasma Torch does an additional 1 to 6 fire damage, which I guess is actually working pretty well against all these droids I gotta go up against. Alrighty, let's see here. Un momento, por favor. There we go.
Beyond this,
Oh, I just remember this guy being a bit of a jerk.
but you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been? You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time.
Okay.
But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the... Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups start... Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions. Don't know much about it. Maybe the Exchange wants one as a trope. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise... The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
Man, that's sad.
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been? Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on Well, that was the story. But whatever happened there must not have lasted. There was some big civil war on Korriban. Knocked that academy to the ground. Looks like Revan's Grand Crusade finally consumed her. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman. Look, hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the mine... The miners can't all be gone. But if they are...
Okay.
Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times. This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field and I can reroute the Huh? What are you talking about? So you done interrogating me, or are we gonna work? Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Alrighty, here we go. Making some headway here.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure Pazak. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey! This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't... Now, someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here, trapped. I doubt it. All we have is communications back. Be my guest.
Alrighty, here we go. Gotta play as the droid. Again. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. Search those remains. Ion first and then shock. Ion took out its shields, and Shock ought to take out most of its health. There we go. What? Oh, I already searched you. We're good. Chet, while we're at this today, go ahead and, if you don't mind, dropping a like and a follow. We always appreciate that here, and excuse me, always appreciate a like and a follow here. Share it with your friends if you enjoy what you see. Along with that, you know, drop in the chat what you want to see. What kind of games are you wanting streamers to start playing, or what, you know, not just what you want them to start playing, but, you know, what are they doing? If that makes sense. Things that you like, things that you don't like. I am relatively new to this, so I'm open to any and all suggestions. Yep, I figured that was going to be the case. I'm open to any and all suggestions, and yeah, there is nothing you can't ask. That does not mean that I'll do everything, but I will do my best to accommodate whatever people are wanting to see. How many spikes do I have? None! Yes, I love that. So much. Yeah, security tumbler's not going to work on that. Alright, guess we're gonna do this the hard way. Okay. Can I get in through you? I need to blast it open with explosives. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I understand why I gave you the option for remote detonation now. Okay, come on. There we go. Because you can blast open the door if you blow him up. That makes more sense. Over here, like, why would you give me that option if it's gonna blow up everything around? Ah. Okay. Maybe now I got some computer spikes? Maybe? So you just took some of my computer spikes. How dare you? Okay, that's no big deal. At least we're going the direction we want to go. There we go. Alright, now, can I search it? No. Search you? No. Search you? Of course not. Because why would I be able to search you? Well, I can search the one rando? Alrighty. Got some credits. Cool. Down to the fuel depot. Let's go. Making some good headway on this so far. Oh, I remember this. Dang it. No. Okay, that's what I thought. Well, hopefully I can do what I gotta do over here and make this work for me. Fuel line sensors, got that. Maintenance level, I already searched there. Have a new programming advantage, just keep it from opening, even if the lockdown's canceled. That's quite unfortunate. Call up system log. Yep. Gosh dang it. Alright. Guess we're going at it that way.
So is that stupid droid of yours gonna come through or not? Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my...
Hey, there we go.
Hey, what do you know? If he got the turbo loops working, then we should have a clear... Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down. That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
Well, color me an idiot, because that's the way we going. Way out. Maybe it's the only way out. That's better. I risk my life.
You're either really brave... Alright, I'll try to monitor things.
Alright.
Not that I care what happens. I'll keep the comm link open.
And more light side points. How am I sitting? Alright, I gotta bring that down a little bit. Gotta bring that down just a smidge. Yep, thought that was gonna be. With a plasma torch. Okay. Saw the torch thing and I'm like, wait, what? Okay, what can I get from this direction here? Yay! Oh. You friendly? let's go ahead and get in the supply cylinder here. Components, man. I love how vague they are. Like, they just use the word components. So, I wonder if I can make that a bit more. Can I make you a little bit more? Alright, that has a substantially less green hue on my face now. Whew. It's starting to really bother me when I look into my computer screen and see myself. Okay. Let's see here. Can I go... Oh, okay. I'm going the right way. Paragus mining tunnels. Let's get after it.
Can you read me? There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion.
Okay.
Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of... There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down. Will do. And be careful.
Ah, yes, finally some clothes.
Find the emergency... About time. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safe... Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers.
Military issue?
Should work against the droid mining lasers.
Oh, no.
It won't last forever.
Oh, no.
Certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it
We
may
certainly
buy you
don't like
time
to hear
get ambushed
that.
by a battalion of droids. Just equip it on your wrist, and then you can activate it like a med pack. Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signal. There's gotta be...
Again, so nondescript. Just components.
Watch where you step. Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to... Chances are if you...
Understood, America. Out. Absurd something or another. Though I do appreciate the interaction in my chat. I will have to respectfully decline your offer. And I see how you're getting around the whole adding links to the chat thing by adding that space. I do not... What the heck just... What? Whew. Did not like that at all. I don't appreciate that in my chat, so... Thank you for the interaction, but I'm going to have to respectfully decline. How many repair parts do I have? 9? Need more parts if I'm gonna Get that thing to help me here. And I got nothing to help. Alright. Thank goodness for that droid that I decided to repair. Whew! That got hairy real fast, and I do not appreciate it. Whew! Yeah, that's the way I came. Let's go back this way. Take that, you big clunky piece of machinery. See if I can find anything of use down here. Advanced mining laser, energy shields, yada yada yada. I'm probably not going to switch to a ranged weapon until I get an ion blaster, because I know that these guys like to equip, shields, which is expected. But they don't do quite as well.
Hey, watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should...
Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade me first. What's your repair? Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, let's go with... Okay. Let's go with the, let's go with this one. Gearhead, I feel like, is going to help us out quite a bit. And powers. Burst of speed? Yeah, no. I ain't feeling that. Let's go with... I'm going to need that later, so let's go with that. Disable you while we're at it. Okay. Okay. That was a good loot. Good loot. Got the remains. Medpack. Gimme, 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 gimme. Okay, Sonic. Got it. Alrighty. Heck yeah. Carissa Lewis, it looks like you followed me on X. Definitely appreciate the follow and the support there. Hope you're checking out the stream while you're there. If you haven't already, or if you'd like, you can pop over to Twitch and follow me there. I'm also on Kick, Instagram, Threads, the whole 9 yards. You can find me everywhere at America1911.
Sure, if you have a stealth field generator. Sensor. Still. It's odd they're still active. Be careful of those.
Everybody here?
What's up, Kurta? We're supposed to be sinking fuel siphons into the 3218 asteroid shelf right now.
Forget the siphons. You know that survivor they pulled from the freighter? One of the miners said they served with him on Malachor 5.
Malachor 5? So he's one of the survivors. Or worse, a Mandalorian. So what?
Not a survivor, idiot. He's one of the Jedi from Malachor 5.
If he's one of the Jedi, hell, we can't have him walking around here. I don't know what he'll do.
I thought all the Jedi were wiped out in the Civil War, weren't they?
Guess they missed one. But it gets better. I did some checking, and that bounty on Nar Shaddaa is still live.
What? You want to sell the Jedi to the Exchange? Kurta, have you been chewing spice?
Look, you know how big that bounty is? That Jedi's our ticket off this rock.
Gorda, there's no way the officers will go for that. They'll lock us up for sure.
Then we'll improvise.
Okay, there we go. I think I narrowly avoided getting myself killed by these droids. Guess you can do a whole lot of good whenever you just speed run straight across instead of initiating any combat whatsoever. Okay. Let's see what we can find around here. Absolutely nothing on this side. Okay, got it. We love that. Waste America's time, why don't we? Oh, we got a door over this way. Cool.
Understand music, conjecture, condescending. Answer. Of course. Recit. Of course. And I. For and proud and recit there. Confused.
I'm gonna be smart about it this time. I'm gonna save right there. I am not dealing with going through all of that again. No. Oh, I wish I had an antidote kit. Alright. I'm gonna save again. Because I don't want to redo that whole droid fight. Alright. Oh, gotta close that out real fast. Waiting for my force points to regenerate because I have a feeling I'm gonna need a lot of stun droid things in a row to make sure that I don't get wrecked. Alright, let's see. According to Twitch, it looks like I've got Victor Bea 33 in the chat. Is that right? You hanging out here? Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Alright. Here we go, you yahoos. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Cancel combat and run! Run! No 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 no! You stay away from me. I don't like you little explodey droids, you're mean. Now we've got Force Lightning added into the mix, so now we can lean into this whole thing just a little bit more. Can use that stun capability on more than just droids now. Maintenance station. Alright. Alright, reflex package. Let's go ahead and assign that real quick. Since I clearly can't use the whatchamacallit, stealth field generator, I'm just gonna keep that unequipped. I think I'm just gonna stick with using that safety harness to kind of help out with the problems I was having with demolition before. Before I go doing the turbo lift out there, let me...
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code.
There we go. Alrighty. Let's get out of here. I'm sorry. The way he... What is that walk? Oh, Lord have mercy. This got me over here like, a duck walked up to a lemonade stand and he said to the man, run in the stand, hey, bum, bum, bum.
That's about
Got
time.
any grapes?
I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior.
Oh,
of the
God.
facility, on the asteroid's surface.
Huh? You're crazy. What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone out. They're venting Paraga's fuel deposits into space through... The vents look like... I don't believe... I have a...
Here we go. Yes. Darth Sion. Arguably one of the most hardcore Sith Lords. I say hardcore because of the whole... his backstory. Not hardcore in like Darth Bane's sense, as much as hardcore as in this dude... I mean, just look at him. In all his pixelated, beat-up glory. that scary dude gonna try and dock with me? No. No. I don't like that. I don't like that. No. I don't like that. No, I don't. I don't like it. No, he's gonna hurt me. He's gonna hurt me. He's gonna hurt my character. Let's make like Woody from Toy Story and run like the wind, Bullseye. Get out of here. All right. Alright. Going through some more nondescript components. Hoping for the best here. Oh, come on. We get those remains. Search this corpse. Storage logger. Now the fire suppression systems have gone active and I can't even make it to the dormitory section. I watched the turrets turn their carbonite freeze rays on Mayban before he even got halfway across the room. Fortunately, their range doesn't seem to go beyond the room itself, so I was able to remain safe in the corridor. But I didn't have any ranged weapons to take them out from a distance, and I didn't have a stealth field generator to sneak across the room either. I tried unblocking the storage door to see if there were any cold-resistant items or grenades I could use, but the door was sealed from the lockdown. I don't know enough about security systems to open it, and I didn't have a sonic charge to blow the door open. Still, as long as the droids don't make it into this section, I should be alright. I find it funny that there's so many hints given there about what you can do to make this happen, and of course my skill's too low. Here we go. Of course it is. Alright, I better switch to a ranged weapon real quick. Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah, no. I'm impressed with how bad my character's aim is. Holy cow. Jeez. Okay. Moving on. Ah, yes, more components. Okay. Why you get 2 in a row? That's not fair. Come on. Alright, there you go. Finally starting to do some damage. Come on, America. No, no. Good Lord. Alright. Oh no. Really? There you go. Okay. Alright, let's see what's around door number 1. Oh no. Alright, chat. Mandalorian melee shield. Alright. It's not a bad thing to pick up. Not what I need to pick up, but it's not a bad thing at all. Alright. More armor plating. And it looks like it needs to be plugged into holoredo. Page contents. Alright. Let's plug you in over here.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion that triggered the emergency lockdown. Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength, but it's better than nothing. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13. Then the next 2 numbers are...
Sir, couldn't we contact the med bay?
No good. The link to the medic... Even if the Jedi wakes up... We just took an inventory of our supplies. We've got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe he could... But no, he's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since Corda and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey, what's happening to the ventilation system?
The most melodramatic fall. Oh, Lord have mercy.
This may be just... The transmission gives the code to
3,
open
17, 13.
Nope.
Goodness gracious. I did not want to walk up on him whenever I was struggling that hard for health just now. Oh, Lord. Okay, Mandalorian melee shield again. There we go, okay. Oh, alright, poisoned again. No big deal. I got a mine foreman and a deck officer log. I can't get in there. So why should I be able to? That would just make the game too convenient. That's why. Alright, gotta go to the other terminal. Let's see what we got going on over here. 31713.
Manama trade over barak to drone. Krisha min true grey babano flank to. Der winter run to walk away kwe wafa teratana. Relieve kurunto som mele grima kon kor. Der inte runt och walkare kwe wapa terra tanaching. Manama treta sobre barakto drun. Krishe men der inte runt och walkare kwe wapa pedra torum pada no rinka nel commercio cella fibo no tur. Manama treta sobre barakto drun. Krishe men tru gre baba no flank tur na sag. Der inte runt och walkare kwe wapa terra tanaching radana. Ferrar rampat pedra torum pada no rinka nel commercio cella fibo no tur ka kare. Ona ju un sen drawiche.
Ears always were too big, CN. Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, these dorms, and shut that damn data pad off and throw it down the refresh. We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo transmitter. Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. Situation's worse than we If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with. I only hope someone survived the explosion and managed to use the holo transmitter here as a crude relay to. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, the messages are short distress calls. After all, who?
Oh, come on, really? That's cheap. Nope. No. 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 Alright, you know what, you little turd? Just have to gain enough force points to knock you senseless for a second. Thank you very much. Oh, come on, really? You cannot be that bad of a shot. Thank goodness. About time. There we go, that's a little bit better. Alright. Also, excuse me. Did not mean to sneeze that hard. Oh, come on. Really? I even took the gearhead one. Excuse me again. I'm sorry, chat. Oh. There we go. Eastern Dormitory. Okay. If you haven't guessed watching, I'm very much the scavenger type in these games. I loot as much as I can. And thankfully this game does not have a system in place where it makes it to where you become encumbered or anything from carrying too much. Alright, I need to figure out the code. Let's see if I can find one of those hollow docks around here somewhere. Alright. Now, off to... I don't know if you guys heard that just now. My cat just decided that he wanted to do some parkour out there. Oh no. Let's level up some more skills. We want computer use to go up. I want persuade up. I need stealth so I can use that freaking stealth generator. Stun, wound, fear, slow. Okay. Alright, chat, and not too long we're going to be wrapping this up, but I do want to at least make it through this mining station before we go anywhere. I feel like, especially if you're one of the ones who've been sticking throughout this whole shindig, you at least deserve to see how this part of the story ends. So, I'm going to make my way back to one of the dormitories. Did I? Yeah, I already tried you. I'm going to make my way back to one of the dormitories, and we're going to see if I can't figure out exactly what's going on here. Just thought maybe I'd get lucky and find that contraband stash from earlier. Alright, let's go ahead and just figure this out real quick.
What did you want to talk to me about? I have to suit up and drill the 3219K asteroid claim.
I heard you had plans for the Jedi. How about...
Yeah, but security already set their piece on that, didn't they? Nope.
Are they? I've seen the logs you've been accessing. Maybe the two of them.
It doesn't matter what we work out. We wouldn't make one hyperspace.
If you have a way off this station, I can cover our...
Well, I may know someone. Works the system on special jobs. He may want to know details, but I might be able to arrange
I've seen the logs. I know you've already asked him and given the details. Once he...
Handle the rest?
When the time comes, I'll...
Since when did the maintenance up?
Managed to use the holo transmitter. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbo. Without those turbo lift codes, the mess. After all.
Okay. That was uniquely unhelpful. Alright. Remote camera controls. Nothing. That was an option? The whole time that was... Okay, now I'm upset. Alright. When in doubt, you can just muscle your way through it. All right.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk,
I'm just gonna auto level her up. I don't really see the reason for me to put too much stock into her stuff. Oh, Lord have mercy. We got some scary people following us. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is scary.
What in space is going on? Who's...
I hope your talent for understatement is offset.
Yeah, and even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic. Good thing we have a clear run to the
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue. Correction. I am not here to argue semantics, Master, so I... Indignant answer. Master, the miners intended to place you in jeopardy. I could, after reprogramming the mining droids to... Then a series of flawlessly timed. I then administered a large dose of sedatives to the remaining... Of course, against my calculations, you awaken from... Answer? You... As I said, I did not anticipate you... Besides, as you proved, Master. Answer. It is beyond the scope of my programming to probe the motivations of my clients, Master. You have been wandering the galaxy since the end of the... Answer. No, Master. Killing you was never the intention. If you resist my attempts to return... Chiding answer. However, I am free to... Admission. Resignation. Very well, ma'am. Optimal accuracy. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Everyone down!
That was not intended at all.
Everyone down!
Systems failing, Master.
Just say the word.
Alrighty. I'm 99% sure that this is not the way I need to go. Yep, I was correct. I need to go to the other one. Really? There we go. Goodness gracious. Alright. I am not looking forward to this. Nope. No, I am not.
Something is wrong.
You sense no one on board? Sense any...
Everyone here has been slain, yet there are few signs of battle. No
Then what are we doing on this ship? You two are supposed to be Jedi?
If the assassin machine was correct, then we cannot reach the hangar.
Look, you'll... Oh, you mean... Well, of course they...
That is our enemy. Very well.
We have taken on...
Sir.
Can you...
Yes, sir. Sir?
I need to confirm... Report. There's...
Did you... Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Moving onward. Alright. There we go. Oh, come on. Alright, so I made it to the escape pods. Too bad it can't be that easy like it was in the first KOTOR, am I right? Okay, guess we're gonna go this way. Or not. Guess we're gonna go back the way we came? Maybe? There is a door there. There is a door. Though I somehow doubt I'll be able to use this one. Yep. I was correct. Perhaps this one? There we go. Can't go that way. Oh, come on. Yeah, okay. Take that. Alrighty, chat. Let's see. I did not mean to go that far. Crap. Oh, I'm in the right spot, though. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Do a little bit more searching of some stuff here. And see what we can get our hands on here. Okay. Let's see. Breath mask. Well, hi, Dark Whispers. Welcome to the chat. Love you, honey. Chat, that is how my wife introduces herself into the chat. Is she always, quite literally every time, enters with fart noises. Alrighty, let's see here. I wonder what's up with my armband. Levio Sol. I don't want to go that way yet. Want to explore this Harbinger ship. Medical bay door. Let's see what we got here. Marcus Colto tank.
Checking the survivor from the Sith vessel. His flesh is cracked and scarred.
Yep, that's Darth Sion. Okay. I did not like that noise, honey. It scared me. Though the ship is called the Harbinger, so... Or Harbinger. Harbinger? Harbinger. Medical bay door. Ow. Okay.
Everyone down!
Oh, these are feats. Oops. It's always scary in a video game when they bring you to a room that has a ton of supplies, because you just know you're about to get screwed over by some fight. Oh no, that was a lot of supplies. Alright. Let's go this way. I think I gotta go that way? Yep, it was this way.
I have a bad feeling about this. Don't you feel it? All right, trust me.
When he gets a bad feeling, I recommend you save your game. That's funny. That's funny. Where did we just come from? Did we just come from there? Harbinger crew quarters, yep. Alrighty. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. This something bad's about to happen. Oh, that spooky looking dude. Look at that. Just look at that.
This battle is mine alone. I am not defenseless.
He cannot kill what he cannot see, and power has blinded him long ago. Run. I shall be along shortly.
Well. Definitely not the direction I wanted to go, but hey, I will take more supplies. Never gonna hear me complain about that. Yep, it's this way. Okay. Chat, anybody else finding this to be quite spooky? Because I think it's spooky. There we go. Just the fact that you can just walk into the engine.
I sense you, my master. Faint, weak.
Your senses betray you, as you betrayed me.
After all that's happened, still you live. You are difficult to kill.
For one as limited as you, perhaps. To have fallen so far and learned nothing, that is your failing.
The failure is yours. No longer do your whispers crawl within my skull. No longer do I suffer beneath teachings that weaken us. And now you run in search of the Jedi. They are all dead, save one. And one broken Jedi cannot stop the darkness that is to come.
Perhaps we shall see.
Immediately off with their hand. Yes, honey. Indubitably spooky.
What's wrong? Are you all right? Damn it, hold on. It's only a little farther. Don't give up on me now. What happened to you? Huh? Look, if spent utility droid.
Alrighty. There we go. T3, let's get you leveled up here real quick. Want you on the same level as us. Otherwise these enemies are going to be real tough for you. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Man, I'm getting some good rolls. Alrighty, and on we go, onwards and upwards. There we go. Alright, and miners on the detonator. Now, see if we can find anything else useful over this way. Oh no. Alright, that works. I'll take that. Alrighty, and heading up this way. Another one of these yahoos. What do you need, honey? Okay. Let's head back over this way. Maybe this will be what I need.
More where that came from.
We're almost there. We're gonna make it. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Nope. 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 Why did I open this door? I did not mean to open this door. Alright, and let's go this way. To yet another big, scary, dangerous robot. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. Come on. Hold out for just a little longer. Do I have enough to stun him? Nope. Of course I don't. And that right there is why I play a versatile character, because those force powers come in handy, but I know how I am as a player in a game. I just love to go straight into the thick of the action. Alrighty, disable again. And they really did not want me reaching the Ebon Hawk, did they? Alrighty, almost there, almost there, almost there. I should use him. He's got the best repair and computer skills. There we go. You moved away from the console. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Just a little further. That's not a box. That is not a box. That is a cylinder. Or a... If not cylinder, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an octagon. That's what that is. It's an octagonal cylinder. see. I primarily use melee weapons, so I should probably get something like that. Oh, level 9. Alright. Okay. All Sith troopers are defeated. Yes.
There is no time.
If they hit us, we're dead. But if they... Somebody shut that... I'm Ellie the... Not with all the thing is.
What?
That'll...
Then we...
Hold on. Well, now that we just killed a planet, maybe one of you can tell me what's going on. Because between assassin droids...
The Republic warship was the Harbinger. It was seized on its way to Telos by the Sith. That...
Look.
We can't... You... Yeah,
no.
It... You were difficult when True. Be...
Repair. If that...
And the...
Hey.
Also in private, we will be mercifully free from the opinions of imbeciles and fools.
Alrighty.
Look, we're on autopilot. I think she was barely keeping it together.
Alright. Chat, that is where we're gonna call it a day. Wow. 3 hours we've been at this. Alrighty. Alrighty. That was a fun time. That was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. That's gonna be it from me for the day. Excuse me. But I just wanted to say for a quick second, this was a ton of fun getting to hang out with all of you, and I hope that all of you go on to have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Hopefully, you're at the end of your workday by now, those of you who are still watching. And those of you who had to dip out early, I hope that you're at the end of your workday. But nonetheless, I hope that you have a fantastic weekend and that you remember just how awesome you are. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because honestly, they're just being jerks if they do. But all of that to say this, thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with me. I look forward to spending some time with you again here in the future, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.